Welcome to the AP Physics Workbook Solution. Here we have Unit 4, Work and Energy. The section is 4.A, Work. The scenario, starting from rest A, 1 kilogram cart moves to the right along a horizontal surface that exerts negligible friction while being pushed by a horizontal force F as shown. The force exerted on the cart as a function of displacement is graphed below. Part A. You are going to use this claim to fill in this number. The area under the line of the force versus this graph is equal to the force here is 4. The units for force is newtons. This is displacement. 12 meters. 4 times 12 is 48. The unit is now Newton times meter. The 48 is represented by the area under the curve. The gray part shows the 48 Newton meter. The area is also known as the work by the system. The work here is defined as an object being moved by a constant force over a direction. The work is equal to F. That subscript is parallel times the distance. So it is a force parallel to the distance. Sometimes you might see it as FD cosine theta because that is the part that is parallel to the surface. The next part. Fill in the blank of the following statement. The claim makes sense because blank done on the cart is equal to the change in blank of the cart. The claim makes sense because it is the work done on the cart that is equal to the change in the mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is a physical movement. Other forms of energy that you might see but not in this class might be thermal that you might see in your chem class. Later on this year, you're going to see something called electrical energy. Your nuclear weapons are powered by nuclear energy. And magnets are part of the electric magnetism. So, explain how the graph above can be used to determine the final speed of the cart after 12 meters. After you have applied this force for 12 meters, what is its speed at the end? Okay, before we do that, the notes to help you along with that process is this. This mechanical energy, if it's just in a straight line, it's called translational kinetic energy, which is defined as 1/2 mv squared. M is mass, v stands for velocity. W net can be defined as the second kinetic energy or the final kinetic energy minus the initial kinetic energy or the 1. So kinetic energy, the change of it can be also be seen as work. It's called the work energy principle. Work is equal to the change of kinetic energy. In simple words, it says that the net work done on an object is equal to the change in the object's kinetic energy. Now you can write the explanation. The area under the curve that we shaded here as gray shows the amount of work done by the cart. The work is the change in kinetic energy defined here in the work energy. The scenario states that the object starts at rest, so the VI term can go to 0, and we know that the mass is 1 kilogram given. We set plugging it in, so 48 joules is the work, equals to 1/2, 1, which is the mass, velocity, final squared. Okay, setting the 48 joules of work done equal to the final velocity term. The final speed of the cart can now be solved. Next, in part C, on the grid to the right, sketch a graph of the acceleration of the car as a function of displacement from x equals x from 0 to x equals to 12. What was its acceleration? We saw that the force here is constant at 4 newtons and it's a 1 kilogram object. So F equals to ma. You should see that the acceleration is 4 meters per second. And it's a constant 4 meters per second that occurs. Do you agree with Angelica with her statement? After creating the graph of acceleration versus displacement, Angelica says, oh, the slope of the velocity graph represents the acceleration. So since the acceleration is 4 meters per second squared, the velocity also, the velocity line will have a slope of 44 meters per second squared. Okay, her statement is wrong. And here's the explanation. Before we do that, I would like to explain to you what you're thinking of that might be wrong. If this is the acceleration and this is time, then this is velocity and time, our motion diagrams. If this was linear, then yes, this would be linear. If this is flat, if this is a constant, then this would be linear. This is true for the motion diagram. It's not referred to here. This is acceleration and displacement. If you take a look at what this represents here, this represents at 1 meter, it's accelerating at 4 meters per second squared. So on this chart, it would look like this. It would accelerate at 4 meters per second squared. Well, let's start at the 0 term. Okay. At 2 seconds, it would be at 4 meters per second. Okay, then at 4 seconds, you see here, it went at 4 meters per second squared. Here, it went an additional 4 meters per second squared. So the acceleration at 4 seconds, its velocity would be different. It would be only at 6, roughly. Then 6, it would be around 7. 8 is around up here. Okay, so it's gonna curve like this because this is the velocity versus displacement. Notice that as you move, the acceleration was different. No, the acceleration was the same, but it changes the displacement. It changes its velocity due to the acceleration. This is what I wrote for you. The slope of the velocity versus time graph represents the acceleration of the cart. Okay, we know that. Velocity versus time. The slope of the velocity versus time graph has to be linear because the acceleration is constant. That's perfectly true. But in terms of velocity and displacement, which has no time in it, the graph will actually look like a square root curve. The velocity will change at a different rate in displacement because of the acceleration. It's going to make more sense once we explain this using this equation. If you let the final velocity, the initial velocity become 0 from start in this kinematics, this is v squared, this is v final, you get something like this. V squared is equal to 2 times a delta x. The final velocity squared is equal to 2 times the acceleration times the change in the x direction. Solving for velocity, so you need v alone. You have to square root to get rid of the squared. Notice that the equation shows the relationship between position, delta x, and the velocity, v, to be a square root function, not linear. That's the reason why it curves like this. Here I just wanted to show you the different types of equations that you can see. Linear, mx plus b. If you see it in ax squared plus b, that's powered. If the 1 over x squared, where there's the x squared is on the the denominator, it becomes an inverse. This is called a square root function, is the square root of x. And this is when it's 1 over x, it's just a decay function like that. All right, but there you go. Those are all your solutions for 4A.